Welcome back, Mario Baseballers. It's time for winners finals. We have a gargantuan matchup here. The titans of the Mario Baseball server. It's Crazzy. It's Remkey. Who knows who's going to win this one, but I can tell you this will be a certified classic before it even starts. PK Kirby here with me on the comms. And PK, what are we looking forward to here in this great winners finals matchup?
Let me just say it like this. Elo chart, number 1 is Remkey, number 2 is Crazzy. These are the two top players in the Mario Baseball scene today, and the last time we really saw them go at it was a killer Charge the Mound best of 5 where Remkey squeezed out a win in Game 5, and this is the biggest matchup that they've had since then in winners finals, and I mean, it's not very far off to say that we'll probably be seeing them in grand finals given their incredible records this season.
Yeah, more than likely, this is kind of setting up who's going to have to win 2 in a row and who's going to have to only win 1 to take this whole thing. But yeah, so back to season 2, this was 1 and 2. Remkey came climbing up the leaderboard later in the season. Crazzy was here at the beginning. Remkey came strolling in around end of March, I believe. And he's like, you know what? I may be new, but I'm going to start taking names. And take names did he do. And then just a meteoric rise to the top, Spring Series champion. And then after all that was said and done, you had Crazzy, who was just coming off his recent finals appearance against Hell's Hero in MPS 10. And then Remkey off his Spring Series championship. You had him, and then we had that great 5-game Charge the Mound series. Unfortunately, because this is only 1 game, it might not be a close one. We saw in that series, Crazzy was the one that had to adjust. Remkey kind of came flying out. It looked like he was going to run away with it in 3 games, to be completely honest. But then Crazzy made adjustments, came back, and they had an epic game 4 and 5. And so hopefully we don't see as much adjusting. You know, they haven't, as far as I know, they haven't really crossed each other on the ranked leaderboard recently, maybe once. So both of them have grown probably since that Charge the Mound series, and curious to see what they do.
Yeah, the thing that's standing out to me right now with this draft, we saw the 2 previous winners, Hals and Mr. Joe. They had that Bowser, DK, Bro combination, and it did some great work for Joe, especially that Donkey Kong. But here we're seeing finally DK being taken in the top 3 and being put on the Birdo team as we are used to seeing in the Season 2 draft line. And I think overall we've got a lot of what you would regularly see with these players draft. I guess the only thing out there might be a Toadette pick in right field. You know, you don't normally see that on a Bowser team very often, but we do have it, and it's going to affect the chem for sure, considering that Toadette hates Bowser the most out of anybody.
Yep. So, I mean, a couple things. So, I know Matt Gree and myself, we both took Yoshi PD second pick. I think that's slightly influenced by Season 3 draft lines. And also, I think the other thing that, at least what I was thinking about, is ZYZX is still in this game. And in a top 6 where every player is capable of using it, I really didn't want to take DK into Yoshi. And so curious to see that Crazzy was willing to take that risk, especially when Remkey probably is the most technically gifted ZYZX, or I'd say Boomerang Bro is probably second. And maybe there's an argument for either one of them. But so Crazzy is really going to have to get his hits down with DK if he wants it to be the consistent singles batter that he's known to be. And we'll see if that works out, or if DK kind of puts up a stinker. He could also go for homers. We have seen some people trying to charge with DK more, especially when he's been on the Bowser team and it's been successful. But we'll see what we kind of got going on in this game and how each player plays that DK Yoshi interaction. Remkey's going to keep Yoshi in left field, which is not typical for him. Usually he does shortstop. So as we get the first pitch of the game here.
Nice catch there. We have Wario at shortstop. Normally you'd be seeing him on the second base because his arm is not the strongest, but when you've got Bowser, I mean, you don't really want him in such a critical position.
Crazzy down 0 too early, gets the look now.
There it is. Not wasting any stars there. Still early in the game, but now it's 2 outs, and you just hope to get something going with Petey here.
Yeah, really interesting that Remkey's going with righty Dixie. He's usually a lefty Dixie enjoyer. But, usually that gives you the really good outside wiggle pitch against Birdo. But even though he didn't have that to use in his arsenal, he still did a great job of doing the curve over the corner of the plate to get Crazzy to swing, but keep it out of the range of that short bat.
All right, so we got a single from Petey, so he's on base, but now you got to make it work with Toadsworth and Luigi, and we already have a fielder swap coming into play because, yes, Toadsworth will be hitting it to that right field, so Yoshi there might make a play. Hits it to the left, but doesn't get the lift that he needs, and that'll be the end of the inning.
So really huge there for Remkey. Crazzy, again, a super explosive offensive player, so if you can hold him in that top of the first inning, that feels like a huge win. That's your first task into getting a good start to your game. And we're pitching to Bowser, and that will go out. No shot at a wall jump. Dingy for Bowser.
Bowser with a lot of dingies this series so far. We had a couple in the previous sets, and now we've got one right away in the first inning. And people are just pitching to Bowser, and they're getting burned for it.
We've talked about this sometimes, and other streamers have talked about it, that, when you get to this top level of play, the players are so good at executing with runners on base that it's almost better to pitch to Bowser and give up that solo shot than it is to put Bowser on and possibly get a train of singles going. And so really interesting, but we'll see if Crazzy can bounce back from that early homer.
Yeah, now we got 2 outs, but we've got the lefty king boot here, something you don't regularly see, but I think I've seen more players implemented into their lineups, and it's been working for quite a few of them, but we will get the fly out here, and that will be the end of the inning. But Bowser making a run go by, and we will have Remkey in the lead to start off this game.
Yeah, but only giving that Bowser homer, that's huge. You give yourself a chance to come up and get your bats going again. You got 5 stars here. You could go for green single, but looks like Crazzy's just trying to get on, and he looks at that outside pitch. So tough to navigate with Dixie there.
Yeah, question here, do you go for the 1-star Mario? Looks like no, but Yoshi is there, so nothing comes of it, and now Remkey is starting to build up some stars, and you really don't want that to happen when you've got characters like Madge there. Ooh, can Wario make the throw? No. See, there's that arm coming into play. That's why you normally see him in that second base role. If you get the dive, you're regularly going to be finding yourself on first base, and Waluigi getting on as well. So it's not the end of the inning quite yet.
Got Noki into DK. If we can get a line drive star swing down here, this could be a huge opportunity for Crazzy to get something going. And we're going to fielder swap Yoshi over to shortstop. I think that sets you both up for the line drive star swing here and DK following. So we'll see. That's what he's going for. Star swing into a jumping Madge. That will end the inning. Unfortunate there. Crazzy can't get it through the hole, and that will end the threat.
Yeah, the corner basemen are killing it these past few games. We saw that with Madge, and we've even seen it last game with Paracupa making a lot of great plays. With those star swingers, having a great corner baseman is a huge boon. And now we've got an out already for Remkey, but a star chance is up, and we will be getting 5 stars in the chamber. For a righty PM, so a Falcon Pop is possible.
A little aggressive there. Crazzy able to get him swinging at the outside pitch. It was good contact, even though it was sliced, so that will be a hit. Out there. And then we got Toadette coming up. I know, PK, you commented on this earlier. Remkey was talking earlier. He feels that the bros are overvalued, as in Mario and Luigi, and looks pretty much at 3 strikes there. He feels they're overvalued, so he doesn't mind waiting on taking them later, or if he misses out on them, he's totally fine picking Toadette. Very interesting strategy.
In this situation, it worked out well for him because he was able to get the stars back that he lost from the chem. Because like I said before, literally there is nobody else in the game that hates Bowser more than Toadette does. So that's going to kill your chem stars at the start of the match. But you can already see that he's got a full gauge, so it has not been a big deal for Remkey at the start of this game.
You can see Remkey there thinking about where in the lineup he is, who's coming behind Birdo. If he wants to move Yoshi to second, that's where we're going to go. That's the first swap of the inning.
Yep, been seeing a lot of swapping with Yoshi, and it's been making quite the impact, but there's nothing you can do against that Birdo slice. Gets up the middle, but only a single for Birdo, but we do have PD up now with the chemistry.
You know, if people remember from that Charge the Mound game, by the end of the series, Crazzy was dropping in the back of the box on Birdo Egg because Remkey was just hitting that outside corner so perfectly. He needed all the time he could get to read the pitch. So very interesting that he's not trying a similar strategy here. I mean, he got the slice. Unfortunately, PD not able to get anything done there. But interesting to see that he's not using that adjustment again. Probably because Dixie's righty this time, so it's a bit of a different look he's getting.
Yep, and no tongue needed there. That 9 speed from Yoshi coming in clutch at second base. So Toadsworth ends the inning. And now it's Remkey back up to bat, but still only a 1-run game.
Yeah, as much as Crazzy's known for his hitting, and most top players are known for their hitting because usually everyone sees their hitting, they're super great on the mound too. And so while Crazzy's in a bit of trouble here, if he can pitch around Hammer Bro and get a double play maybe on a low trash, or then get Dixie on a double play, he can get out of this inning real quick.
Yep, this is why you make the Boo pick. The best pitcher in the game, and you got to throw off these power hitters or else it's going to be a bad time. But there we go, a double play, and now only one player on base for a Dixie Kong that can get easily sucked up by Birdo at shortstop.
Yeah, and a lot of people...
Unless you're going to hit it like that, that's wonderful.
Can't do anything with Birdo there. But people might say, oh, low trash, bit unlucky. Crazzy was winning that at bat there because he got Remkey to hit it late and hit it to the left side anyway. So that's probably a fly ball anyway. So yeah, unlucky it's 2 outs. But Crazzy executed there and did great job on Hammer Bro there to avoid that really dangerous situation.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. I see righty KB and I'm like, whatever. I see lefty KB and I'm kind of scared. Like, I'm thinking that a home run could be coming if you're not careful. Gets the well, not the tragedy, the trajectory, but doesn't get the right angle, and unfortunately that will end the inning. But man, what could have been if that ball just got a little bit closer to the left.
We have a live look in here. Hell's Birdo team, Mr. Joe Bowser team. It's a 2-1 ball game. Hell's Hero currently up by 1, and he has 2 runners on, 2 outs, and Noki strikes out, swinging out of stars. Now Mr. Joe has 5, so he could set himself up for a big rally. Curious to see where that game goes. We see has the huge hitting advantage right now, but Mr. Joe hanging in there in the bottom of the 3rd.
Yeah, and all you missed was a great diving catch by Wario in right, and now a Yoshi Tongue will take away another out. And Crazzy not really getting anything going because this defense has been killer.
Yeah, you got, I mean, Toadette, admittedly, while pick for a wall jumper, you can stick her in left, and she's one of the best left fielders. And then Yoshi out there, you have a really good defensive lineup if you're Remkey, and it makes it just that much harder for Crazzy to have to execute and get his hits down.
Arm almost coming into play there, almost being able to run it out, but that will be the end of the inning. And 0 runs, 4 hits. I mean, as the Birdo team, you're going to want to get more hits than that, and really hasn't had many, or if any, chances to get any runs in this game.
Yeah, a lot of people will say that was a routine play there, but if you notice, Remkey had that trail on the back of his ball. It was a smash throw, and Yoshi with that weak arm, if he doesn't get that smash input, it might be a close play at first or even reach on base there. So good on Remkey to make sure he got the ball in the hole and got that smash throw off to make Yoshi shortstop worth it.
Now, depending on how he sees these pitches, we've got a chance for PM to get in, but another great pitch by... Ooh, that one scared me. He was a little bit in front of that drop spot. If that went past Toadsworth, that could have maybe even gotten Wario home, but he does make the catch, and now it's 2 outs with Toadette up once again. And that's going to go right to Birdo to end the inning.
Yeah, and this is why people have been, that PM at bat is exactly why people are down on PM and also not sure whether to put him righty or lefty, even when he has no chem. The Falcon Pop is so automatic. You can get that contact so easily, but people are so good at pitching to the outside part of the bat that it's really hard to get that sour contact to get it down in front of the outfielders. And so what used to be pretty much an automatic single because people didn't really know how to pitch to it, takes a lot more execution now. And it'll be curious to see, is it just the batters adjusting, getting more patient, or do the pitchers really win this matchup more often than not now with the Falcon Poppers?
Match making a couple of nice plays, and Crazzy's got to get something going because we're in the top of the 5th, And it's still just a one-run game. I mean, this is the type of thing that you despise when you're playing Mario Baseball, when the game is so close, but you just can't seem to get any runs going. So maybe you try to charge here with Donkey Kong, but now we see a fielder swap. And Madge with another crazy play. That was like
oh my gosh, Madge. You can see Crazzy can't believe it. I was going to say, I thought we were maybe going for the charge because, you know, 2 outs, lead off the inning with Birdo, and maybe run into one. But I think it was more because Yoshi was at short and no wall jumper and right. And as soon as Remkey made that switch, he went back to the slap approach, which I thought was very interesting.
3rd time's the charm, but wasting 3 stars just to get Madge on base. But hey, now you've got Bowser up. Likely we'll see a walk, considering that, you know, you've tested the Bowser once and you got burned by it. But now, once again, it's up to Boo to get Bro out here and prevent this 1-run game becoming a 4-run game.
It's way on the inside there. We lean back, but still would have been out of range. Great pitching so far on the inside. We put it over. Noki's over there. Great running jump catch. What a play. And able to get the out. Madge will advance to 3rd, but now you have Dixie up with runners on the corner. That kind of negates the up-the-middle double play. And we go for the bunt, pop it up. No quick throws, so we get only the 1, but great job there by Crazzy to get off the mound.
This is a huge moment right now because King Boo does have the power to maybe knock in those runs. Can Noki get there? She can, and a huge inning by Crazzy, preventing any runs from being scored with that amazing jump catch that you see there on the replay. And now's your chance. You've got Birdo into PD. Let's see if we can get something going here. Get yourself on the board.
Yeah, we had the slice last at bat, but it didn't go anywhere and got to PD. I mean, this is your time if you're Crazzy. You got to execute here. You are playing great baseball on the defensive side. Find a way to scratch across a run and give yourself a chance to win this ballgame, and that'll be hit. Foul, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
So the second one foul.
Thankfully, this is Captain Birdo, so only 2 stars wasted. But hey, there's Toadette coming into play. I don't think anybody else but a Yoshi would have been able to make that catch.
Remkey stole the words right out of my mouth. Toadette is so good in the field. That's the, like you said, PK, other than Yoshi, only fielder that makes that catch.
So you waste 2 stars. The single that looked like you were going to get it, Toadette steals. And at least, very least, you get yourself PD on base, but now you got to make something happen here with Toadsworth.
Yeah, Remkey made the business decision, throwing the garbage pitches. He wasn't going to give him the easy base on balls, but he wasn't going to give him anything to hit and send over the wall.
Unfortunate fielder swap there.
Yeah.
And now here's your chance. You've got somebody on second. Oh, Luigi Fireball isn't going to score PD with that slow running speed, but a nice single might be able to bring up Mario, and maybe you consider a Mario Fireball for get some bases cleared.
Really got to execute with the Luigi slap here. That's the key to your whole inning.
Oh, Madge again, but thankfully PD gets back, and you do have 2 stars. Do you risk it?
It's so tough.
Ooh, Crazzy is not happy. You can see him in that face cam. He's pissed.
Going through it. I was going to say, I feel like it's tough because with Yoshi at second base, it's so hard. You feel like you have to pull it, but with how deceptive Remkey has been with his Dixie, it's so hard to get yourself a chance to pull it. So I totally understand going for the slap there, but unfortunately it was within Yoshi range.
Yeah, but a couple of great singles by Remkey, and now you've got 2 on, no outs, and Falcon Pop Pianta is waiting to get on base. A great pitch there. I mean, almost in Falcon Pop territory, but oh, there you go. We get the Falcon Pop, uses both stars, but Yoshi's out, maybe? Yes. Great throw behind.
Great decision to throw behind there, and great patience to not immediately throw home with Waluigi.
Now it's up to Toadette to get something going here, but Waluigi, the corner baseman, these series, corner basemen have been absolutely killing it. And now it's 2 outs all of a sudden with no stars because you burned them both on the Falcon Pop, and suddenly no runs scored, no stars available, and this is Crazzy's chance to get something going.
Yeah, it was almost more. Oh no! Oh my gosh! An incredible hit doesn't get Madge, and that's gonna be a double down the left field line.
2 stars available. Who do we got up next? It's Waluigi, so he's not going to be using it. That's for certain. But if we can get Waluigi on, maybe get Boo to third, a good enough hit, maybe even get Boo home. We'll have to see. Because we're seeing here, we're getting Waluigi up, we're getting Wario into left, but we're moving Bowser over to second base, so no laser is going to be available for the cutoff.
PK, I was going to ask, clearly Crazzy isn't going, but Crazzy is a huge fan of the bunt. Do you go for the double bunt here and you strike out? You just need 1 run to tie the game. With how it's looking and Yoshi at shortstop, do you consider double bunting to get 1 run across?
Well, unfortunately, not an option now with that out, but I would really consider it. I mean, at this point, I really want to see, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to get that nice Noki hit. No chance for Yoshi to get that. And now you have a chance to just bunt it in. But with Donkey Kong, it's going to be tough. Ah, man, but do you risk the ZXZY catching a single?
Yeah, Donkey Kong has such a weird bunt. I feel like you can't go for that there. I'd almost go for the charge just to get the sack fly for sure.
No, that's what I'm saying.
There's the ZY.
Oh. And now what do you do here with Birdo? You have a star, but I don't know. I mean, you got to go for it, but then you've got nothing. And Yoshi with the fielder swap right where you expect it. Let's see what happens.
I would almost wait to use it until you have 2 strikes, whether you choose to wait for 2 strikes and see where you're at in the count, or you go for the slap earlier. Make sure you have a star at the end of that at bat. Make Remkey have to be super cautious to Birdo. Don't give him that opportunity to pitch to no stars Birdo at this great opportunity.
This is what you need. This is it. I think, no, that wasn't a slice, but it gets past the Yoshi and the run scores. Finally, we have a tie game. Noki makes it to third. And now we have a chance here for Crazzy to take the lead. And you see, Crazzy got a bit of a smile going. He's like, finally, dude, I got past that freaking Yoshi. And I got myself a run. And Petey, dude, Petey has a chance to turn this game around.
Yeah, Crazzy gets on the board. And like I said, this is your opportunity. And a drive in the deep right field. And Toadette makes the wall jump.
Oh, my God. I think anybody could have gotten that. But damn, are you happy that you had Toadette in right and didn't, like, fielder swap him around and then get like cut off from being able to move her, because that just saved the game for Remkey. And we're pitching to Bowser, dude. What? Oh, whoa. I mean, okay, but considering how hard it was to get run, you're gonna be pitching to Bowser and maybe go down 2-1 right away.
Yeah, I think that was an interesting decision. Crazzy trying to trust his pitching has been pretty good this game outside of that 1 Bowser homer already. Now we're really attacking that outside against Bro. And we walk on 4 straight. Let's see if he can get it done against Dixie. The deep breath. We're fielder swapping here. Putting Noki in left field.
On paper, you want to see Dixie at bat if you're Crazzy, but the Dixie's been dealing this game. And Birdo hasn't been able to get any of those balls. So, I mean, this could actually be great for Remkey. Get a nice hit on the left field line and maybe even score Bowser from second if you're lucky. Full count for Dixie? Gets the strikeout.
And that was such a great pitching performance there. Even though it's Dixie and, you know, she showed out some in this game and hasn't in other parts of it, you got to be so cautious there, even though it's one of Remkey's weaker hitters. And King Boo puts a charge in it and it'll just curve foul at the last second.
Something about lefty King Boo, dude. I mean, he's getting foul, but both of those were home run shots for sure. Can you get him out? Yes, you can. What an amazing pitch right on the corner.
Frozen with that one, and now he just has to get through Yoshi. Bowser on second, so a slower runner, and Mario's going to be able to get under it.
What a humongous inning. He got out of it, put both Bro and Bowser on base. Now we're looking back into Mr. Joe versus Hell's Hero. It's 2-6. Joe has taken the lead. It was originally 2-1 before, but has scored 5 unanswered runs and is now in the lead against Hells.
Yeah, like I said, Joe had that full star gauge and looks like he put it to good use, and he's up in that game. And he's going to see the loser of this game, and I don't know who that's going to be because we have an absolute tight one here. It's going to be one big play that decides this whole game, folks.
And what's coming up here is the fact that he just got that star, so now we have 2 stars in the chamber for Remkey. Next time he comes up, no stars for Crazzy. So nothing happening in the star hit department. And when you're Birdo team, that's a killer.
By the way, if you're not in the chat, that 6-2 lead, Joe tied it up 2-2 and then hit a grand slam to go up 6-2. So what a homer from Joe to take the lead in that game. And now the hit was going to get down anyways. We had the bobble, but only still leads to one base. And now you got Boo up here.
I mean, Boo Waluigi has the potential to bring Mario home from first. If you can just get a nice hit from Boo, there you go. So now you got Mario on second base, and then a nice hit from Waluigi, in theory, could bring Mario home. Because once again, you see Bowser's on second base, so cutoff is not going to be... There it is. Let's see. Can he make it? Yes, he does. And that's Crazzy getting the first lead of the game.
Yeah, it was absolutely on point. You had the weak arms at short and third base, and you really wanted to try and stop the hit from happening in the first place, but it cost you with allowing Mario to go home.
Yeah, I mean, we called it out right then and there. I mean, having to have to throw to second just to get that laser, it didn't work out, and now suddenly Crazzy, he's in the lead with only 2 innings left for Remkey to put up. I mean, he's had some innings where it looked like he was absolutely going to score, but then the defense of Crazzy was immaculate and somehow kept him from scoring any more runs than the Bowser home run he had in the first inning. It's utterly ridiculous. But you know what? Hey, you got a star chance, and you already have 2 stars in the chamber. What are you going to do here? Do you still pop, even though... No, we're charging... No, we are popping! Donkey! Oh.
That would have been crazy. I don't know if the charge specifically to throw him off or to eliminate the possibility of a slice, but it worked there.
Yep, and that's what you expect. Toadette getting stuffed out by that Birdo, and now, I mean, line drive, star hit, and Birdo don't mix well, but a great hit, and that's going to send Pianta to third for sure.
Sliding in safely, double for Madge. Now you have Bowser up. Who do you want to pitch to? I'm assuming you want to pitch to Bro. I think everyone would want to pitch to Bro here, but I think there is a decision to make. Now Bro with the opportunity to put Remkey in the lead. You could theoretically walk here. Oh,
no,
that's
dude,
a deep
that was
drive.
over, and you don't have a wall jumper. It's a comeback grand slam for Remkey. A fist pump in. Look at that. He's just pumped up in the face cam. That's the worst case scenario if you're Crazzy. You finally got the lead, and you let one over the plate, and Bro punishes you with a comeback grand slam in the 8th inning, and now suddenly this is it. This is the game right here. You got 3 outs to make 3 runs happen, but hey, this is the lineup to do it.
And Hells, we got him jammed here. We got both games in the top of the 9th right now. Here comes DK. Wario makes the diving catch there, and that will end the game. Mr. Joe advances. He will take 3rd place, guaranteed himself a chance at the prize pool. But he will see the loser of this game. Looking like Crazzy right now. He's down to his last out after fighting back. Remkey got ahead. He's got PD up, jam shot. Toadette, under it, jump catch, ball game. Crazzy falls in a heartbreaker, and that will send him to losers finals to play Mr. Joe.
Yeah, you can see the emotions on both sides. I mean, Crazzy had the game in his hands. He finally got that 2-1 lead he was looking for, and his defense was going so well throughout the entire game, but you know how Mario Baseball is. One bad pitch can decide it, and that just leaving it over the plate for Bro to absolutely crank it over the right field wall with no wall jumper in sight, leaving it open for Remkey to steal the game away in the bottom of the 8th. 5-2, absolutely tragic if you're Crazzy, but you know what? You got to get your mental back on track because you got Mr. Joe coming up right away.